it's Chelsa Messenger with Picks and Parlays. We're talking NFL action here. We're going to go down the line, pick a bunch of games, and hopefully give you a bunch of winners. That's why we call it rapid fire. It's Masters Week, which means we have a nice little promo for you guys. Use the code MASTERS for 20% off the entire site at picksandparlays.net. We've got Craig Trapp joining us to talk this week's slate. Greg, we're starting with Bucks at Panthers. Bucks -5. The total is 50.5. The Bucks are 6-3 on the season, 4-5 against the number. Panthers 3-6, 5-4 against the spread. Who do you like here?
Well, I'm staying away from the side in this one. This Tampa Bay team, really tough to figure out the last few weeks. I mean, it seems like 1 week they're good, 1 week they're bad. Well, it's been last 2 weeks, I guess, bad, though. The loss, they're no cover against the Giants. Probably should have lost that game. And then last week, man, New Orleans just ran over top of them. I'm going to take the under here. This Tampa Bay offense looks a little confused right now. And the offensive line wasn't able to hold up against New Orleans. I think this Carolina team, they've been able to bring a little pressure. And I think they will do so again this week. I like the under 50.5 in this matchup on week 10.
Well, for me, there's a few trends that I really like in this one. Division underdogs at home this season, 12-2 against the spread. So that fits for the Panthers here. So I like the Panthers. Teddy Bridgewater also 16-2 against the spread as an underdog of at least 3 points, which is scorching hot. Teddy B coming off a great performance against the Chiefs, throwing for 310 yards against a pretty good Chiefs defense. So I do expect to see a little more from the Bucks and Tom Brady. But I do like Carolina getting 5 points here. Let's go Panthers. And then we've got the Chargers and the Dolphins. Dolphins -2.5 in this one. The total is 48. This is the battle of two of the best rookie quarterbacks in the league, Tua and Justin Herbert. Craig, who do you like?
Well, last week the Chargers once again if you're a fan base of the LA Chargers, just your heart ripped out. I mean, it looks like you catch one for a touchdown and then they review it and the Raiders end up winning that game. I just think you have to continue to fade this Chargers team. Recently, the last 2 weeks especially, they just have not been able to just do it when they need to do it the most. They can't do it. And man, this Dolphins, they were playing well before Tua put in there, but since then, it just seems like he gave them a little extra pep in their step. And they're 6-2 against the spread on the year. I like this Miami Dolphins team -2.5, and I know a lot of the public does too. But as long as we get it under that three number, I'm okay.
Yeah, 72% of the money right now on the Dolphins, a big public pick here, but I like the Dolphins as well. Dolphins are top 10 in defensive efficiency, and Tua just seems to be getting better and better. The offense seems to be opening up for him. They're giving him more of a reign of that offense, and like I said, the defense is a lot better, I think, than the Chargers defense. They're 25th in defensive efficiency. Yeah, Justin Herbert's been really good, but it hasn't seemed to matter. Last week I took them, and what did they do? Blow another lead. So let's go Fins here. Bills, Cardinals. Cardinals -2. The total is 56 in one of the highest totals of the week. Craig, who do you like here?
Well, early in the week, I liked it. When it opened up at 49, I liked the over. Like you said, this total's been bet up a whole touchdown. And I think it has a lot to do with the Bills last week. A lot of points given up. And this Arizona team's been able to score points on the year. But, I'm going to say, I like this Bills team. I think they turned the corner. I know they got a little lucky to pull one out against New England with Cam fumbling away there at the end. But, man, last week, that was impressive at Seattle. And Arizona last week, they just, they didn't play great. And I like this Bills team. I think Josh Allen finally has all his weapons back healthy again. I like the Bills here as an underdog. I'm going to take the Buffalo Bills +2.
Well, it seems like almost too obvious. Last week, it seemed almost too obvious to take the over. And guess what? They had 78 points combined in that Bills and Seahawks game. So I'm taking the over. Yeah, 56 is a little daunting. But the Bills are 7-2 to the over. I think their offense continues to roll here against a mediocre Cardinals defense. And on the flip side, the Bills defense has not been good either. Kyler Murray, I think he runs all over him, and we see a lot of points. Moving on to the Bengals and the Steelers. The Steelers are -7.5. Total is 46, and there's some big questions in this one as Big Ben, questionable as he's being held out of practice for close contact with COVID, which means he could play along with a few other players, but a bit of a tricky one here, Craig. Who do you like?
Yeah, you definitely got to have to watch this one up to game time. I liked early in the week, even with Big Ben playing, I liked the Bengals and the over. So I don't think anything is going to talk me off of that. If you want to bet the Bengals, you might want to maybe wait because if Big Ben plays, I'm guessing this line will be back into that closer to 10 where it opened this week. So if you like the Steelers, maybe you get it in now. But to me, I think my better play is going to be on the Bengals plus 7.5. I mean, they're 6-2 against the spread, or even if you early in the year, it could be 6-1-1 against the spread if you got the push instead of a loss early. But either way, Bengals been very good against the spread, and I know the Steelers have been good too. But last week, that performance against Dallas, maybe they were looking past a bad Dallas team, but it wasn't good. And I think Joe Burrow and company, they seem to have found something with their offensive line to help last week against Tennessee before the break, before they had the week off last week. I think they'll be healthier at offensive line this week, and I think the Bengals hold up against a very good pass rush of Pittsburgh.
Yeah, there's a lot of questions in this Bengals and Steelers game for me. Big Ben, questionable. I don't like it because there's a big drop off between Big Ben and Mason Rudolph as far as their offense goes. So I'm staying away until at least game time. Moving on to the Ravens at the Patriots. The Ravens minus 7.5 on the road. Total is 44, and 79% of the money is on Baltimore. Craig, you fading the public here, or do you like the Ravens?
Well, it's hard to be excited about the Patriots this season. I mean, their passing game, other than that little stint at the end against the Jets when they had to go do it, I mean, Cam Newton's just not been able to hit easy open targets. And until that, it's going to be hard to play New England, even as a home dog, getting 7.5, wherever you can see this. To me, I think you're going to have to play the under in this one. I just think the Patriots, to even stay close to Baltimore, they have to run the ball and keep the ball away from that great running attack and great offense of Baltimore. I'm going to take the under 44. I do think Belichick and company, they usually pull up some of their best games when they need it most on defense. I think maybe this one's the game. So let's take the under 44 here.
Yeah, I hate laying 7.5 points when the total is only 44, which means points are probably going to be at a premium. However, the Ravens are really good against bad teams. They've beaten teams with losing records by an average of 14 points a game. And I think that continues here, especially since the Ravens have a top 10 run defense. Patriots are 25th when it comes to run defense. So I think the matchup there favors the Ravens. This Patriots offense has not been fun to watch, as you mentioned. So I think the Patriots struggle yet again here. Let's take the Ravens. And that's going to do it for our NFL rapid fire picks here on Picks and Parlays. As always, thanks for tuning in and good luck.